Okay, so good evening everyone. For today's video, I will going to discuss to you our subject on PATFIT 1, which is the MFIT principle in sports. So actually, this should be discussed during our asynchronous classes, but I will going to talk about this for you to be enlightened and of course, for you to be clearly know about this, what we call MFIT principle in sports. So before, we have this what we call fit principle, right? So when we say fit principle, we have this frequency, intensity, time, and type. But as time goes by, so many sports specialists, they develop this what we call MFIT or bago na itong MFIT principle natin sa sports. So when we say MFIT principle, MIT or MFIT stands for mode or type of exercise or frequency and time, or in some references it's also called the fit or frequency, intensity, time, and type. So it can be used for both general exercise and particularly exercise related elements. So this is MFIT principles. Kapag sinasabi natin kasi from the word mode, we have the type of exercise you choose according to your goal. So ano yung mga exercises or ano yung mga objective mo? That is your mode. What is your objective? Are you going to have this bicep, to build a bicep or to build a more beautiful bicep and even your more build abs or six-pack abs? For example, here is you want to improve your cardiovascular endurance. So when you say cardiovascular endurance, from the word cardio, it means air. Okay? You will choose the mode of exercise appropriate to improve your cardiovascular endurance. So ano nga ba yung mga exercises that improves or develop cardiovascular endurance? So ito yung mga exercises na nagpapahingal sa atin, kumbaga. So these exercises will develop or will promote properly breathing technique sa mga individual na gustong mag-develop ng cardiovascular endurance. So, who are those people who wants to develop cardiovascular endurance? Those people that have a sedentary behavior. When you say sedentary behavior, those people who just lying down all throughout the day in their bed or just playing ML, or maybe they are not moving, okay, from one place to another. So they are more prone to many diseases. That's why we have to have these cardiovascular exercises for them to cope up with those kinds of, or for them to prevent or avoid those kinds of diseases. So next one, we have the different types of or modes of exercise. Okay, basta kapag sinasabi nating mode, doon natin tinutukoy yung objective natin or yung goal natin. Ano yung specific goal natin na gusto nating i-develop? For example, you want to develop your body because you are obese. So definitely, if you are obese, you want to lose weight. Okay? So what are the exercises that is necessary for you to lose your weight? So for example, jogging, jumping, and other exercises that can also help you losing your weight. So these are the different types of mode or exercise. First one is aerobic. When say aerobic, it involves breathing with oxygen. It's referred to as aerobic exercise. So kapag ginagamit natin ang breathing, ang paghinga, so kapag humihingi tayo, mayroon tayong nilalabas na oxygen. Of course, so your heart, lungs, and circulatory system stay healthy with aerobic activity. So, yung mga example ng aerobic exercise are cardiovascular exercises, like for example, swimming, jogging, and of course, cycling. And of course, aside from that, example of aerobic exercise is dancing. Oh, yung mga Zumba exercise na ginagawa natin. So what are the benefits of aerobic exercises? First is keep excess pounds at bay, increase your stamina, fitness, and strength. Mas magkaroon ka ng magandang immune system, and you will become fitness and strength. And ward of viral illnesses. You will reduce your health risks. So, maiiwasan mo yung mga sakit. And of course, you can manage the chronic conditions. So, what are the chronic conditions na tinatawag natin? Yung mga problems like bacteria, yung pagkakaroon ng heavy breathing. So, you can able to manage those one So you can able to prevent those sickness or communicable diseases. Strengthen your heart. Okay? Keep your arteries clear. Keep your arteries, boost your mood, and of course, stay active and independent as you age. And of course, the last one is live longer. Okay, next one is we have an aerobic exercise. So when we say an aerobic exercise, this means with oxygen and aerobic means without oxygen. So, kapag sinasabi nating aerobic, gumagamit tayo ng oxygen. Yes. Kapag naman sinasabi nating anaerobic means, so, without oxygen sabi dito. But of course, we still using oxygen. Kasi kapag walang oxygen, di ba patay na tayo kapag walang oxygen. So, both are important for you, for your overall health because they are challenge your body in different ways. So, ang aerobic exercises are also similar to aerobic exercise. For example, aerobic exercise uses distinct kind of energy that is available right away. So, ang energy kasi ng isang tao, meron na sa atin sa katawan niya. Even you're not eating or the source of your energy is your food, hindi lang yung mga foods ang source ng energy natin. So they are also stored energy in our body. So what are the stored energy na nandito sa ating katawan? Yun ang tinatawag na energy natin na ginagawa natin for aerobic exercises. So sa aerobic exercises, ang ginagamit natin is, for example, yung protein or yung source ng carbohydrates. Pagka kumain ka ng bigas or kanin, I should say, yung kanin is meron siyang carbohydrates and that carbohydrates will transform into energy. So yun ang ginagamit natin. Kumain ka ng egg, then the protein that was in the egg is yung energy na magagamit mo that is for aerobic exercise. Kapag sinasabi naman natin anaerobic exercises, this energy was stored in our muscles. Is yun mga ginagamit nating energy. So from our muscles, andyan na sila, naka-stored na sila. Those are anaerobic energies or na ginagamit natin for exercises. So example ng anaerobic exercises is the high intensity interval training or the HIIT. So definitely, ang anaerobic exercises are those exercises that are merely intensive, vigorous. Kapag sinasabi natin vigorous, ito yung mga mabibigat na exercise. For example, weightlifting. So you are weighting a heavyweight circuit trainings, pilates. When you say pilates, ito yung mga sets of exercises that is very vigorous. Or yoga and other types of strength training that examples of anaerobic exercise. Next one, we have also the benefits of anaerobic exercise. So first one is strengthen your bones. Yan. So pag ginagawa mo yung exercise na itong aerobic na ito, you can strengthen your bones. And of course, definitely, you can burn your fats immediately or maybe burn your fats faster. Diba? They are intensive workouts. So, ibig sabihin, even 3 days or 2 days yan, as long as you are active as a person when you exercise, then you can definitely achieve your goals or objectives. For letter C, boost muscle development. So, you can boost your muscle development if you are that person who is a bodybuilder. So, help you keep muscles mass as you age. So, mas bibigat yung muscle mo, mas magiging toned siya, and of course, mas builder siya. So those are the benefits. Next one is we have also stretching. So physical exercise that requires putting a body part in a certain position that serves. Okay, when say stretching, basic lang yan. So yung iisipin nyo lang dyan is flexibility and elasticity. So the main purpose of stretching is to practice or develop flexibility and elasticity to a person. So yan ang stretching. Next, so what are the tips to keep stretching safe? Okay? For your information, magkaiba ang stretching sa warm-up. Okay? When you say stretching, you are doing something. Ni-stretch mo yung isang bagay. Okay? Ni-stretch mo yung isang bagay na gusto mo lang i-stretch. That's your goal. When you say warm-up, you should warm up all over your body. Dapat naka-warm up yan before ka mag-exercise. Yun ang kaibahan ng stretching sa warm-up. So, what are the tips to keep stretching safe? So, don't consider stretching as a warm-up. Strive for symmetry. When you say strive for symmetry, dapat kapag nag-i-stretching ka, dapat marunong kang mag-balance. Letter C, focus on major muscle groups. So what are the major muscle groups na kailangan mong i-stretch? When I say major muscle groups, these are muscles that needs to be stretched para makagawa ka ng mga activities, para magawa mo yung mga activities mo mabuti. Don't bounce. Hold your stretch. Okay. Minsan kasi kapag nag-i-stretch tayo, yun na, pag yung hindi natin nasusustain yung tagal, okay, which is napaka-importante din natin i-sustain yung mga stretching natin nung kunting tagal, kasi kapag ka ano lang yan, or mabilis lang na stretch yan, hindi siya na-perform or hindi siya na-flex yung katawan natin. So, babalik lang din yung mga stiffen doon sa body natin. So, don't aim for pain. Okay, syempre, kapag ka masasaktan ka or susuko ka, hindi mo ma-achieve yung goal mo as objective. So, meron nga tayong tinatawag na kasabihan na that if there is no pain, there is no gain. Okay? So, make stretches sport specific, keep up with your stretching, and bring movement into your stretching. Okay, so next, plyometrics. So what is plyometrics? So our power improvement workouts designed specifically for athletes and advanced exercises for exercises who have a well-conditioned body. So ang gumagawa lang ng mga plyometrics exercises ay yung mga tao na laging ay merong nako-condition talaga yung katawan. So ito yung mga bodybuilders na tao. Okay? Mga PE teachers, okay? Kagaya namin. Okay? For example, itong mga exercise kasi na to, dapat meron kang kaalaman or knowledge about or skills about plyometrics. Kasi hindi ka basta-basta gagawa ng mga exercise ng plyometrics. There is a systematic plyometric exercises which follows a specific pattern of muscle contraction. So these exercises use movements that develop the ability to generate a large amount of force quickly. So, frequency. Doon sa sports program or sports exercise na pinagawa ko sa inyo or exercise program na pinagawa ko sa inyo, you should consider frequency. Bakit? Kasi this refers to how often you exercise. Kailangan mong i-consider, since i-consider mo na yung objective mo or goal mo, ilang araw, ilang weeks mo, ilang days mo gagawin yung goal mo. So, you should have a point which is to meet your goals without overtraining the body. Kasi hindi ka pwedeng ma-overtrain, hindi pwedeng ma-overtrain yung katawan mo. Okay, that is frequency. Kailangan mong alamin kung ilang araw mo siya gagawin. So, when it comes to cardio, as a general rule, aim for minimum or 3 cardio sessions per week. So, kapag ka-cardio yung gusto mong i-develop sa'yo, then 3 sessions per week, okay na yon. Okay, if you're looking to lose weight, you might increase this number to 5 to 6 sessions. So, kung gusto mo naman na ma-lose yung weight mo, okay, 5 sessions, 6 sessions, that is enough. Okay, when it comes to strength and training, it's recommended to do some sort of strength training 3 hours or 4 times per week. Okay, intensity. Gaano siya kabigat yung exercise. So, okay, when you say intensity, kailangan mong i-consider yung light, moderate, and vigorous. You should start on the light. Next is moderate and vigorous. So, bakit? Kasi, kapag nag-start ka doon sa pinakamahirap, there will be a tendency na magkakaroon ka ng injured or fracture. Kasi, mabibigla yung katawan natin. Okay? Yun nga sinasabi natin that dapat na-condition yung katawan mo. Next one is, with the strength training, there are 3 primary methods you can use to measure intensity. First one is amount of weight lifted. Okay, a number of repetitions completed and numbers of sets. So, bakit kailangan natin na i-consider yung number of competitions? Repetition, I should say. Kasi, kapag tinuloy-tuloy mo yan without rest or without number of sets, maaring magkaroon ka ng stretch or stretching sa muscles natin or na-over-stretch yung muscles natin. Okay, so for the time or duration or how long, kailangan din i-consider yan. So, ilang minutes or ilang hour ka mag-training. So, those are the important of MFIT principle. Okay? Meron tayong mode, frequency, intensity, time. Okay? So yun. Okay, review those ones. And we have also this physical activity readiness questionnaire, PARQ and U. Okay. So for your assignment, what is the purpose of PARQ? Okay. So that is your assignment. What is the purpose of PARQ? When you say PARQ, uh, Physical Activity Readiness Questionnaire. Bakit kami nagpapa-require sa inyo ng PARQ as physical educators? Why we do implementing or why we do implementing this what we call PARQ activity. So, yun lang muna for today's lesson, and I hope that you will reflect and be enlightened with our lesson today. Okay? Hindi ko siya i-consider today. You can review this anytime as long as you have datas. Then, as long as you want to review our classes, our topics on specific topics that we have, then you can open this on our YouTube channel. So, but of course, if you want to be notified about all the topics that we, or if you want this set up, then tell me so that I can be able to make more videos of this so that you'll learn, and of course it is easy for you para makuha na lang or makita na lang kung ano yung mga lessons natin. So just inform me. So just like, of course, subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell. So thank you very much, and good night everyone, and have a good day, and God bless to all of you.